Fragile. Must be Italian. Hello guys, welcome back. Today is a very exciting day because it's going to be a full face using only Colourpop. Hooray! Also, I have a new mic. I'm very excited. I have my camera set up way back there, so I figured if I put the overhead mic, it might be a little hard to hear me in some parts. So I have here my Christmas present from my lobster and a whole package from Colourpop. I have only undone the tape, I haven't looked inside. So let's take a peek and see what I got in my Colourpop haul. If you would like to see more of these videos or you want me to do more makeup content, just let me know. You can like, comment, subscribe down below. Is this becoming slowly a makeup channel? I don't know, we're just rolling with it. Open it on up here. So I have a pretty industrial sized box here because I got me a bunch of stuff. It says, "You light up my world." Thank you, Colourpop. I got a Lippie pencil, sharpener, some blushes and highlight that I have been eyeing and have been on my wish list and I didn't get for Christmas, so I decided, you know what, the snow buy's over. And then I also got the Midnight Masquerade palette. And let me tell you, I was on the fence about this palette. I saw, when it came out a few months ago, a bunch of influencers were going on a trip to Disneyland with Colourpop and it was like amazing. But I wasn't super impressed. I thought I had all shades like the ones in this palette, but the one shade I don't have that just convinced me is the shade Frog and Wife. I also got the Ariel collection. And let me tell you, I didn't necessarily get this for the cream eyeshadow or the lipstick, although I do love the Ariel lipstick. As I've said, that's my personal perfect nude. It's like not too peachy but not too pink. It's perfect for me. However, this comes with a gloss that you cannot get individually, so that's why I got this whole set. But I'm not gonna lie, I also do love a good green eyeshadow, obviously, and so that comes with this too, as well as the lipstick. And because I don't know if/when the Disney Princess Premiere Collection will ever be discontinued, I did get an extra lipstick because I use this almost every day, so I need it. I cannot ever be without. Honestly, I hope this becomes a permanent item because girl. I also got, this seems so small.
Hey, that's what she said.
This is Colourpop sponge, so this will be helpful to use when I'm doing under eye concealer and all that good stuff. And then I got this here, which is Colourpop's brush roll set. This is a vegan leather, so that I'm super excited about. And also just, let's crack her on open. Wow, I'm so excited. From what I can see here, I think I have all the brushes I could possibly need. I'm so excited. I got this because although I have many a makeup brush, I want to have something that I can, much like this, just roll up and take. Because often what I will do is I will take in each travel bag, I have a little makeup kit. I have one at my brother's house, I have one at my sister's house, so I have makeup pretty much anywhere I go. The problem is I don't have brushes with me, so anytime I go somewhere, I bring my brushes because those I like to have clean and ready to go. I just want something that I can either keep in a travel bag or is just ready to go, or even just do an overhaul and honestly declutter all the brushes that I don't really use. Enough of that, that's everything that I got. I'm gonna go with the sponge and do my eyebrows off camera. So let's smooth transition into the next one. Hello, welcome to my dumb f***ing face. Let's get started. It's a nice gentle little headband. On my face, on my face. Now that we got that taken care of, I do have, from a previous purchase, the Colourpop No Filter Foundation. I don't have their primer, so I won't be able to use that today, but I have the sponge here. I will just put some of this onto, this is my palette. I don't know if you guys have seen, this is the one that I got off of Amazon, so if you are interested in not putting makeup on your hands when you are wanting to do your face, I would definitely recommend one of these. And this is going to be way too dark for me, so I don't want to hear it, but I did not want to purchase a new one, so I figured, you know how I can hide the fact that this foundation is too dark? Wear a sweater. There isn't, per se, a brush in the brush kit that I would want to use with this, so I'm just gonna do the old loop and swipe motion. Just gonna go in with the sponge, which, P.S., I always use this part for putting on foundation, but I guess everyone else uses the sides, and that's what the box said to do, so like, am I the weird one? I don't know. I guess because beauty blenders have the rounded bottom, I just assumed this is like supposed to be the same thing, but who's to say? Okay, my apologies for the temporary lighting thing. I don't know why my ring light is just not wanting to work right now. I don't know if you guys can see just how not my color this is. Upon first impression, I do like this sponge. I just worry that it's almost a little bit too soft. Okay, so now she's working again. Not too certain what that was all about, but let's move on to concealer. So for concealer, so for under my eyes, I'm going to use the Colourpop No Filter Concealer. This is obviously older because this is the one that I'm going to use for a cream contour. And it is in the frosted packaging instead of the just clear glossy packaging. And I don't know if you can see, but I clearly like this. Just scraping as much out of this as I can. To the forehead, down the nose, Cupid's bow, and the chin. I don't know why I do it in this shape, but it's just what I like to do. Looking like a million doll hairs. Also, that is in the shade Light 16. And then I'm going to take the shade Dark 46 and just do line here, some on the old forehead, just like I would with that stick foundation contour thing. A little bit on the sides of the nose, maybe a little under the lower lip. I'm going to take the Colourpop F20 brush. These are very soft, by the way. So first what I want to do is to blend out that contour, because if I go a little too ham, then I can use the concealer to lighten it up. So not a pro tip. I'm going to try using this is E17. I'm guessing because this one is an F and this one has an E, I think that probably is for eyes and face, but there's not necessarily rules to makeup, mostly suggestions. However, you can use your artistry tools however you want, because Tati told me so. How are we looking? All right? Okay. To set my contour, I know this is a Z palette with a bunch of other stuff, but this here is a Colourpop bronzer. I believe it's called like Opening Act or Step Right Up. There's no name on it, so I don't know what it's called, but I do know that I got it in a little 2-pan. It came with a highlight, which I actually believe is this one, which also has no name. So I'm gonna take that same F20 brush, swirl it around in that there contour, and just set my cream bronzer in the shape of a 3. Seeds. And then I'm going to take that same E17 and do that with the sides of my nose, just setting it with a little bit of powder. I unfortunately do not have the Colourpop powder. Let's do a little social experiment. I think what I will do then is just not even bother setting my under eyes, or I guess the entire rest of my face. But just so you know, if you do want a face powder, Colourpop does have that. I just do not. And my battery's dying. Okay, so before we get going on eyes, I'm gonna swap out my battery. And we'll be right back. Hello, welcome back again. I am getting way too ahead of myself. I was so ready to do eyes, and I completely forgot about the rest of my face. I got 2 blushes from the Disney Midnight Masquerade collection. This one is Court of Miracles. This is the Esmeralda one. It's a nice pinky blush. Let's do a nice little swatch here. It's pink. It's very pink. I feel like it looked a little bit more muted in the pictures online, but that's totally okay. And then this one is Enchanted Mirror. This is the Belle blush. It can accompany my other Belle items from the Disney Princess Premiere collection. And the second one, so this is Court of Miracles, and this is Enchanted Mirror. So by God, that is just gorgeous. I think I'm going to go with Enchanted Mirror today. And for that, I will be using the F21 brush. Get some peel porn for you sick sickos out there. Little quality, just so you know. Oh, that's a lot of pigment. I feel like I look like I'm in the 80s again. It's not nearly as bad as I feel like it is, I don't think. Now for some highlight. I have other Colourpop highlights, including their Super Shock Shadow formulas, but I saw Horse and Carriage, also from the Disney Midnight Masquerade collection, and let me tell you, I'm obsessed. Look at it. It's just, for me, I am of the light complexion variety. I feel like this is going to be that really nice silver gold champagne-y combo that a lot of highlights claim to be, but end up just being either like way too dark or something. Look at her. My only criticism of this brush set is that PS there are 14 brushes, but it has 3 face brushes from what I can tell. The one that I have been using is the Sigma F42 strobing fan. This is the perfect size and shape of fan brush in my opinion for highlighting. We're just gonna make do. I'm going to use the E15 because it's the closest size and shape that I need, but just as a disclaimer, that is the one brush that I believe is missing from this collection, so. Ooh. Uh-oh, let's try to balance this out on the other side. Help! I'm going to try to fix this, but I don't know if I can. Oh man, that is just like a silver streak across my face. If you make a mistake on one side, you gotta match it on the other. You know, as much as I would like to be a glowing goddess, actually, let me see if I can tone this down with some of this here blush. Oh, there we go. Note to self, these are a lot more pigmented than I initially anticipated. Now that that is actually done, we can finally get started on these eyes for real. Here's something that I will say. I heard it recently from, I believe his name is Robert Walsh. He's the pro MUA who reacts to beauty YouTubers. He said that the reason why it's not wise to use concealer as your eyelid primer is because concealers are supposed to attract moisture. And so when you're using that, that's why it's more likely to, on eyelids which are naturally oily, especially mine, it's more likely to crease and break up over time because it's a product that is not supposed to be particularly drying or sticky. I'm paraphrasing, so go watch his video reviewing a Raw Beauty Christie video because I can't explain it as well because I'm not a professional makeup artist, but I'm using this for the sake of sticking to all Colourpop for this video. This is what she looks like. This is the Disney Midnight Masquerade palette, and if I'm being completely honest, this one shade that I got the entire palette for, completely worth it. Let's prime these eyelids first, and then we'll get into these shadows. And give her the old blenderoo onto my eyelids. As I still do not have Colourpop's powder, I will not be setting my eyelids, but to be honest, I generally don't anyway because I want to get maximum pigment out of my eyeshadows. I would use the E15 for my transition to start out with, but because this is covered with highlight and some bronzing action that it picked up, the next biggest brush in this set is going to be the E16. It's also a little bit more, instead of rounded, it's like oval on the top, so I would akin this to, I know it's dirty, don't judge me. I do have another one, but it doesn't have a name. It's just a brush. This is the Morphe M433, so they're essentially the same brush. This one is actually a little bit longer of hairs, and it's much softer, I must say. This is the JH33. They're essentially the same brush. While I would prefer to go in with a round crease brush, I don't have one that is clean, so I'm going to use this one, and I'm going to take the color Pip to start out with. So I'm just gonna take that with a light hand, because if there's one thing I've learned so far, it's that you gotta go slow and build it up. I don't trust these products to not be super pigmented, which is not a bad thing. That means they're going to last long because you have to use very little. But something that I've noticed beauty YouTubers will do sometimes is they'll pack on some product onto their brushes and then like, oh, I'm gonna, take it off on the back of my hand or whatever. It's like, why didn't you just go in with less to begin with? It just does not make any kind of sense to me. So far, so good. So another thing you could do, in theory, is you could use this E16 brush to pack on, and then this next brush that I will use, which is the E19, because this is sort of longer and more sparse haired. If you pack on the pigment, you can use this if it's clean to blend out whatever color you've just put down. So I would compare this E19 brush to the Morphe M562. This one is a little bit longer and less hairs, but it still will give you sort of the same effect. This one's just a little more dense and short haired. I do like these brushes. I think so far they're performing well. They're nice and soft. I haven't experienced any shedding, but I haven't washed them yet. I will be doing so for the first time after this video. So I'll let you guys know how this is all gonna go. So I'll let you guys know how this all goes. I think the next color that I'm going to go in with is going to be the shade Nutmeg. It is this color. I feel that it best fits the color scheme that I'm going for, so I'm gonna take that same brush and just take a couple dabs into that color, and I'm going to start in the corner of my eye and then just build that on up to deepen the crease. I'm going to be honest with you guys. When I first saw this palette, I was like, I don't need it, but now she is just so gorgina. I cannot get over it. Just beauteous. I believe those are blended to sheer perfection. So I'm gonna hang on to this brush until I need it for my lower lash line, but I'm gonna take the shade Quasimodo, swirl around my E19 brush and just pack that in the corner and start working it into the outer V. Also, just as a disclaimer, I am experiencing some fallout in the pans of the palette, but I am not getting any on my face. I don't care personally about fallout. I tend to just use whatever falls off the brush anyway and just pick it up when I go in with my next layer. But if that is something that bothers you, I just wanted to give you the disclaimer so you're aware. This doesn't mention anything about any of these shades not being eye safe. If I'm going to make an educated guess, I would say that the shades Floating Lantern and Royal Ball are not going to be eye safe. I don't know if you guys can tell on camera. They do have some more like chunky glitter in them.
Damn boy, he's thick!
So this one literally has craft size, I would say, chunks. It just has more chunky glitter. I'm not in love with those shades anyway, and I don't plan on using them today, so that's no big deal for me. So I'm going to take the E3 and then pack on the shade Frog and Wife. And ooh, take a look at that bad boy. I'm just going to mimic a half-cut crease without actually doing it. Of course, as soon as I say, I haven't got any fallout, I get fallout. Wow, how pretty. I like this. I feel like this is a wetter formula. I don't know that I would say it is a super shock, but it is very glittery, very pigmented, and I very much like it. Just to kind of blend that, I'm gonna go back in with the E19 and just blend those two together. I would suggest, if you're going to do this, to lay down some powder first because there is fallout. Bear in mind, I'm using this shade with a dry brush. I haven't used my finger to pack over it. I didn't spray my brush down. This is just that brush and that pigment all by they lonesome. I'm just gonna use those same colors under my eyes. I'm actually going to mix Pip and Nutmeg, and then I will use Quasimodo in the outer corner. And since this brush is covered in glitter and Quasimodo, I'm going to take this E21. It's like a little pencil brush just on the very tippy tip and just deepen up that outer corner there. For my brow bone highlight and my inner corner, I'm going to use this brush. This is the E20, Just for comparison, this is the E20 by Colourpop. I would say, personally, if I were to be judging, it would be an exact dupe for the JH42. They're essentially the same. I would say the JH42 is a little bit more dense. Just really, that just means that it has more hairs in the brush tip. But this one is basically the same. It's not quite as soft as all the other brushes, but it's the same shape, same size, and basically will get the job done just as well. I'm gonna take Mama Odie because it looks, to me, upon first glance, it looks like a gold, but it has a green shift to it, and I am here for it. So pretty, oh my gosh. What are we thinking, gang? I know that cheek highlight is just heinous. Alrighty, so to finish off this here eye look, I have from a separate purchase. This is the Colourpop liner in the shade numero uno. So I'm gonna line my eyes, put on some lashes, and then come back for a lip, and then we'll be done. So now it's dark outside, and there's nothing I can do about it. So let's get this lip done, go through all the products, and then be done. I also picked up the BFF2 lip liner. I just felt that the original BFF is bordering on too light for me, so I was worried this was gonna be too dark, but I think it's actually gonna work. Also, I lied. I did put liner on and some mascara that was not Colourpop, but I don't wanna put lashes on because I'm just gonna clean my house after this. So no lashes today, but this is the look as it stands right now. Also, none of you told me that I didn't blend out the concealer on my lower lip, so how dare you. Guess we're doing overdrawn lips today. I say we just stop here. Let's go full on chola, shall we? There is one lip brush. This is the L1. I'm assuming that you don't have to use this for your lip. You could probably use it for an inner corner highlight as well. Today, I will be using this to sort of just blend out my lip liner a touch before I go in with lipstick. Taking the Ariel lipstick. This one will now live on my desk. I have one in my purse, and I believe one in a kit somewhere, but I now have two backups, so I should have one everywhere. Do you see what I mean? It's not super pinky, it's not too peachy, it's just my kind of nude. The last thing that I'm going to put on this face, and then I'm gonna set it and get out of here, is the Guppie lip gloss that comes with the Ariel kit from Colourpop. As if this wasn't already my favorite nude enough. I think this combo is the winner. I'm gonna set, zoom you guys back out, and then we'll do a complete overview of everything that I got. Here's the final look. I have obviously been doing this for way too long because now it's nighttime. Let's just go through the rundown of products really quickly and then we'll be out of here. All three of these, the two blushes and the highlight, I cannot speak to the Court of Miracles blush, but the other one and the highlight were very pigmented, so I'm happy about that. The brush roll, I do enjoy. I will be using these in the future. Like I said, there's a highlight brush missing in there, so I might need to supplement that. But other than that, I think it has everything you would need for a complete look, unless you are using a brush for your foundation type of gal. The other brush that I didn't get to use today, but I will be in the future, is the F18. This is basically the JH02 brush from the Morphe collab. This one's dirty because I've been using it shedding. This one I feel like is a little bit softer than the Morphe one, but I haven't washed it, so I can't say if it sheds or not. Just so you know, they're basically the same thing. The Midnight Masquerade palette I actually like a lot more than I thought. When I saw it online, I just kind of was, you know, whatever about it, and I didn't think it was gonna be that interesting, but I do enjoy it, so very pleased with my purchase. The Ariel lip, obviously always a good choice. The liner I think is a great color for me. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope the audio on this is okay. Let me know what you guys think of the new setup, the new microphone, if I should stick to makeup type stuff, or what else you guys would like to see from me. I'm gonna go have some dinner and finish cleaning my house. So I will see you guys in my next video. And if you like these, don't forget you can like, comment, subscribe down below. Okay, bye! Oof, girl. I feel like my hand was just blocking that entire thing. All right, hello. Good Lord, that's a lot of pink in that concealer.